Hello, everybody. Welcome to Sportsbet TV with me, Paul Alster, as I look forward to racing on Saturday, the 10th of May, where there's a pretty big meeting down at Ascot, and I've got one selection for you that is going in the feature event, the Victoria Cup, there at 2:40. If you're discovering this YouTube channel for the first time, please press the subscribe button just below this screen, and you'll get all my free selections. I'm always looking for horses at decent each way prices, and that is going to be the case once again this weekend. Now, I've got four selections already out there at Out in Front, my subscription service, which has hit form with a bang this week at Chester with two really nice price winners, both on Wednesday and on Thursday. We're hoping that Friday and the weekend also serves as well. If you want to be part of that winning streak, then the link to join up at Out in Front can be found in the description box just below this screen. So that's Out in Front. But let's concentrate here on the one selection I have for you this week. The one we had last week didn't run a great race. That was after having had the winner for you the time before, the 8-1 shot that we had for you at Sundown, Resplendent Grey, winning a couple of weeks ago under Sean Bowen. So it's not been bad from a very limited number of selections this May. So taking you to Ascot to the 2:40, one of the big spring handicaps, the 7 furlong Victoria Cup. And because of the lovely weather we've all been enjoying this spring, they're going good to firm, good in places. 19 runners go to post, less than is usual in what is a high quality 7 furlong handicap. There have often been 26 and 27 runners as the norm for this race for many years until recently, but it still remains a prestigious contest. And because of that, with a smaller than usual field, the draw effect, the bias of that, if there is one, may be slightly diminished. But in the majority of recent renewals of this race, it has been noticeable that centre to high numbers have been favoured. In other words, the middle of the course and those racing towards the stand side. We'll see if that happens to be the case. It doesn't always follow, like they say in those investment account things, previous trends aren't always the same as what's going to be dished out to you going forward. Anyway, lots of regulars are set to do battle here, and at 6-1 the field, the market demonstrates that they all have some sort of a chance, and it might be cliche, but nothing can be ruled out. The two possibly most progressive 4-year-olds jointly head the market. Kierat is trained by Rafe Beckett. He was 6th in the Britannia Handicap at Royal Ascot in June, over a mile, and subsequently second in listed company at the end of last season. And Kierat is vying for favouritism with Roi de France for John and Thady Gosden, who's another to have finished second in a listed race last season, and who has been progressive on the all-weather, including his latest second in the all-weather championship mile at Newcastle a few weeks ago. Both could easily figure. Now, they're not the only improving 4-year-old handicappers, because EBT's Guard, trained by William Muir and Chris Grassick, should go well once again, having won the Newbury Spring Cup really nicely first time out this season, and he's only been raised £4 for it. And another 4-year-old handicapper, possibly on the way to better things, is Harry Charlton's £10, a winner of 4 of his last 5 starts, including his latest battling success over this trip at Newmarket's Craven meeting last month, for which he's been raised just £3 to a mark of 102. Among the older horses, Ed Walker's course and distance Buckingham Palace handicap winner, English Oak, is £7 higher, but he returns to the scene of that greatest triumph of his. And his stablemate, Popmaster, who's now a 7-year-old, has run plenty of good races at this venue and will appreciate the return to turf racing after campaigning through the winter on the all-weather. Hickory, trained by Jamie Osborne, was an unlucky in running 4th in this very race 12 months ago, and he now makes his stable debut for Osborne and his seasonal debut off a £4 lower mark for the new yard. Metal Merchant for Jack Shannon should be sharper for his seasonal return at Newbury, and he's a decent type in these races. While George Baker's Mafnood represents a stable in pretty good form, he's having his second start for the yard, dropping back in trip after showing plenty of pace on his first run for New Connections at Epsom recently, and they've also decided to try him in first-time cheap pieces. But to my selection, well, I'll be backing 2 in this race, and I've already highlighted one of the pair at Out in Front. You can find the details, of course, in that link below this screen. The other, though, and the one I have for you here at Sportsbet, is a prolific winner. And the horse is called Mile, trained by Stephanie Hollinshead and the mount of Sam James. He's a winner of 4 consecutive 7-furlong handicaps at the end of last season on a variety of ground. And this 4-year-old has improved a total of £23, and that is a lot, a big improver. Now, the 4-year-old gelding made a rock-solid reappearance at Doncaster's opening meeting of the season in late March, where he finished third on easy ground in the Spring Mile. That distance probably is in excess of his very best, so he ran really well there. And then back to Saturday's trip of 7 furlongs, he stayed on very strongly to score off a mark of 91 at Haydock last time out. Now, for that victory, Mile has been raised a further £4, but my view is that it's hard to know just how much more he has left in the tank and how much more improving he's going to do, because he doesn't often win by very far, so the handicapper can't put him up by huge amounts. And I'm also hopeful that his high draw on the stand side in 19 is going to help his cause. I think he's a solid each-way play at the 9-1 offered for 5 places at the time of this recording with William Hill and with Bet365. So Mile is my choice for you here at Sportsbet on Saturday. I hope that whatever you back, you get a really good run for your money. I'll be back at the same time next week, and I really hope too you're going to enjoy your racing across the weekend. And just to say that if you're interested in the big meeting next week at York, where I'm going to be offering selections at Out in Front across each of the 3 days at the Dante fixture, again, Out in Front on the description link is below this screen. Thanks very much for joining me. I'll speak to you the same time next week. Bye for now.